Yo, check it out. New from Blue Moon, coming out any day now. We're dropping it on the website. Jason Ricci's signature harmonicas. And, but you know what? That's just something that is coming out. We're checking out this spicy Latin funk guitar backing track in the key of B minor. Now, this is an A harmonica, an A. And I'm just going to show you how you can play over something that doesn't necessarily have regular blues changes. Now, it is just a 1-4-5, and we can be very simple or we can be very complicated with it. So, you know, most of the great masters of everything said study as much as you can, and then when you're in the middle of your performance, try to forget it all and just go with it. So obviously, we need a combination of both mind and heart and mind together in one thing. So look, I'll just take a lick off the top of my head, right here. Now I'm in third position. Okay, there's my lick, just right off the top of my head. Could have been another one. Right? So, this is the most simple approach that I can possibly take, is just take a small group of notes and see how creative I can be with it. So in this case, it's 4 blow, 4 draw, and 5 draw. That's it. No bends, nothing. Now I'm just gonna take this, and I've done the work, I've studied chords, I know what harmony is, but I'm gonna try to forget all that as best I can, and I'm just gonna play these 3 notes and just try to sort of feel it. Now my mind is gonna engage. I can't help it. I've done the work. I can't help but hear that right now, 5, right? So I gotta just do my best, but check it out. 3 notes. Start like this. 2, 3, 4. Again. Right? Okay. What if I were to just drop it an octave? Same 3 notes, except now it'll be 1 blow, 1 draw, 2 double bang. Add a note, 6 blow. Same as 2 draw. simple. It's simple. Not easy, simple. What's the hardest part? The hardest part is not losing your focus. The hardest part is not getting excited and deciding I'm going to do more. Right? Just stay in them first three. Can I do the same thing I did in the middle down bottom? Yeah. So that's really simple. Now, I just took one lick and I played it over the whole thing. And then I just changed the lick up. It's a lot like my video, links below. One easy lick, endless possibilities. Let me start the music over. Okay. So, when I made that video, the one easy lick, endless possibilities, and I made it for two different positions, for second and third, I didn't intend to make, lick number 2, endless possibilities. What I intended was for you to realize that you can take any group of notes, whether it be a lick or a scale or an arpeggio, and then rearrange them in infinite combinations so you can make your own music. And what I intended was for you to stick with a small group of notes and see how many different ways you could rearrange them, rephrase them, and manipulate them so that you could express something. That with a smaller group of notes, that there would be more bandwidth in your mind, so to speak, to manage, so that you weren't thinking about every chord change or thinking about every note in every chord change or every note in a scale or arpeggio, all that. Instead, you were just going, okay, how many different ways can I get away with this? Now, the more you do that, the more you have room to think about, well, here come the changes. Hey, all right, sorry. All right, so I've decided that this is going to be a patrons-only video. So you saw the Free Friday at the beginning. Maybe I'll edit it out. This is just for y'all. All right, so one easy lick, endless possibilities, right? So we could take that easy lick after we get done doing all the phrasing and start figuring out, well, how can I make it a little more fun, right? Or a little more complex. What if I were to do basically the same lick on every chord, but change it to each chord? So on the first one, I have one draw, one blow, one draw. That's on the one chord. Now we add another note there, but I'm just going to get rid of that one. So just root and then the 7 and then root of each chord. Here we go. Let's try that, okay? So here we go on 1. Now 4. Back to 1. Now 5. Back to 1. 4. Right. So it's really only, how many notes is there all together there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes. The minor pentatonic scale without an octave, right? Just right there. So let me do that, right? So just again. So now that I know how to work just, one group of notes, I can just pick one from a change. So let's go back to our original 3 notes. Right? And then maybe I'll just add one on each change. So here we go. Back to 1. Just the 3 notes. Here comes 4. So now I'm just taking the lick and just adding one note from one of the chords. I can just stumble on this stuff by accident, or I can study it as much as I want. The main thing, though, is that I'm limiting myself to a manageable group of notes, guys. Just staying in that minor pentatonic scale. But before I even did that, just taking a few notes from the scale. Like, what if I were to learn these changes, which are not easy? These are not easy changes. There's a lot. It's kind of hard to hear what's what. But if I were to just learn the roots, that would help me a ton. So let me try to just play the root notes to each chord. So it goes like this. So 1 draw. Here comes 2 draw for 4. Back to 1 draw for 1. Now 3 double bend for 5. 1. Back to 4. Now 5. 4. Do it again. Just the root notes. So just a little bit of work. Barely observing the changes. Back to the original 3 notes. Down bottom. So start simple, and then when your brain can afford to start thinking about more, right? Like even that was That was even that was. I'm not as good as you guys think I am. I'm almost like teaching this stuff as I'm learning it, right? So a lot of what you hear live is just feel, and then when you see me sitting here and breaking it down, I'm learning the same things that I'm trying to teach you guys in real time. When you've created 666 videos, that's where we're at on YouTube right now, right? Like, it's hard to come up with new stuff, right? So you end up teaching what it is that you're working on. But see, here's the thing, these are fundamental principles. I may have been working on them for a long time, but I still have to work on them for a lot more. And the more that I work on something that, I just started out working on, or the more that I work on something that I've been working on for multiple years, the more I just start out to realize that, oh my God, there's so much more to that, right? There's so much more to just learning the basics. The basics become building blocks for way more complex things. So the message is, like I was talking about in the Patreon vlog, the patrons only vlog number 59 before this video came up, is do a lot with what you have. One easy lick, endless possibilities. And then maybe start changing the lick to observe some of the changes if you feel like it. Once you have gotten to a place where you think you've done everything you can with that lick, first of all, there's 100 billion more things you can do. But once you feel like you can't think of anything else to do, then start maybe adding an extra note. Yeah, a lot of work to do, a lot more work to do. And you know what? I could have made that even easier on myself if I had kept it simple. That's what I'm telling you. That's the hard part. Focus! The focus is the hard part. Focusing on what it is we said we were going to do and then sticking to it. That is harder than any of the material because we get distracted. Because our mind says, I want to do this, I want to do that, I need this, I need that, I need more notes, I need to learn more arpeggios, I can do this, I want to have fun. That doesn't sound good, I'm bored with that, I'm ready to do more. Our mind says all of that. When in reality, if we can just set a resolution, we're coming up on New Year's. What is a resolution? The resolution is the end of the road. I have realized completely that when I decide what it is that I think is good for me, that I end up not being happy. So I have made a resolution that this is what I'm going to do, and that's it, right? Because I've exhausted all the other resources. I've exhausted my own ideas. So my resolution is, well, you know what? I'm just going to eat salad in the day. That's it. A resolution. It's a heavy word, resolution. Very, very strong word. I have made a resolution that I am going to only use these 3 notes. Now that I've done that, I'm going to make a resolution that I'm going to use 4. And then I'm going to explore every way I can do that. And when I've finally done that, and I've finally exhausted that, I make a resolution that I'm only going to use 5. And then that's how we go, right? I've made a resolution that I'm going to study this week's YouTube video, and only this week's YouTube video, until I completely get it before I move on to the next. And, you can change resolutions, right? But you got to be careful with that. You want to be careful with that. But I want you to have fun, too. Anyway, Patreon, this one's on me. Yeah, this is for you guys. I sat down and recorded Free Friday, obviously. And I just said, you know what? This is too much stuff for Free Friday. This is for Patreon. These guys deserve this. This is me being me, talking about what's going on now. All right, I don't know what I'm going to do for Free Friday, but I'll figure it out. Right now, it's Thursday. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. I got 8 more hours to figure it out? All right, see you soon. Bye.